I am Marlene Motivates. And as I always say, just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself, you will survive. Just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to today's topic. How are you guys doing? I'm Marlene. I'm the content creator of Marlene Motivates. And on this channel, I speak about inspiration, motivation, positivity, mindset shifting, and all of that. But today I came on to, say what I have to say. And I feel like I've been silent for too long. Shout out to everybody who is in the chat. Shout out to my loyals. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for your support. But I got to get this out while I got this fire message on my heart. And I just wanted to say, speak up for yourself. And it was time for me to speak up for myself because I've been seeing things for far too long. I've been seeing a lot of things happening. I've never seen nothing like this in my whole life. YouTube is a really messy place. It's a messy place and it's a lot of messy people. And I always try my best to not get into drama. Marlene don't bother nobody. I just stay in my lane. I mind my own business. I do my own thing, right? But it's time for me to speak up about something that I just definitely don't like. And I have to say it like this. I try my best, or we as motivators, we try our best to be kind, supportive, and not be used by others. But sometimes we are. Sometimes we're the victim of being used by others. People take the kindness for weakness. They take the support for weakness. They take like a person like me because I'm kind and I'm sweet, maybe because I have a soft voice. People take that as they can railroad me, they can use me, they can manipulate, they can play games. And I'm here to say, I'm not the one. Mess around and find out. You don't want to see my Caribbean side come out, because when my Caribbean side comes out, it's not going to be good for you. It won't be good, okay? So with all that being said, I have to say that people think because because you don't say anything, you are okay with what they do. And I have no control over what other people do on their YouTube channel. Okay. I have no control of what other people do on their channel, but what they're not going to do is come over to my channel, stay in the bushes with a pen and a paper and write down everything that I say word for word, then go back to your channel and tell your viewers my thoughts and then use it as your own. One thing you're not going to do is that. One thing that my father and my mother, they came to this country standing on values, standing on respect. And one thing I'm not going to do is make someone disrespect my family and my bloodline. I'm not going to disrespect my ancestors, okay? So if I just continue to stay silent, it would mean that I was okay with what I have been seeing on these YouTube streets, and I'm not. If I see my channel sayings, if I see anything, anything that Marlene says, just know it, just breathe it and be it, I'm going to copyright strike you. If you say things from Geo's song, I made it, I'm going to copyright strike you. If you say anything that I say that my father said growing up, I'm going to copyright strike you. Just because I don't say anything doesn't mean I don't see it. I'm not the one. Because it's about setting standards and boundaries. Nobody was there when I was crying a river in my therapist's office. Nobody was there when I cried those tears. Nobody was there when I spent my hard earned money to recover so that I could be the woman that I am today. So nobody is going to have the right to take my story and stand on it as their personal truth. I'm not going to allow it. I can't stay silent for any longer. Okay? I won't. I have to set standards, and I want you to. The same thing, motivators. I say this not to be petty, not to seem angry, not to be bitter, none of those things. But you have to show people that while you're a positive person, you're not going to be a doormat to other people. I refuse to be a doormat to other people, and I'm setting my standards and boundaries. So I'm telling you right now, on today, what is January the 23rd at 4:13 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, from here on out, if I hear anything that I say on my channel, on your channel, it's a copyright strike. And I will say, take down the video. And I mean that. And put it on everything. Challenge me if you think I'm kidding. Challenge me. See, yeah, take my sayings, take my songs that are copyrighted, and I will strike you. It's also a part of my book, my upcoming book. I worked hard to be the woman that I am today, and I'm not going to allow anybody to take that, take my story, take my family's legacy, and disrespect it by taking it, putting it on your channel, and then saying it's yours, it's your idea. No, we're not doing that. Mm-mm. I can't stand. I would be spitting in the face of my parents. I would be spitting in the face of my ancestors, and I can't allow it. I can't allow it. I'm sorry, everybody. I can't allow it. I have to respect myself. I have to show that I have my own personal worth. Okay? No. And it's because these people, they have no imagination and no creativity. None. And that's not my problem. It's not my problem. Whatever you want to do on your channel is your business, but you will not take my story, my journey, my family's story, put it on your channel, and then everybody is in your channel saying that's a great motivational thought. And you give no credit to me. And everybody's thinking that you are so inspired and so motivational. I will copyright strike you. As soon as this live is over, I'm going to copyright strike you. I mean that. And don't let the soft voice fool you. Don't let the soft voice fool you. I am not the one. And this is my one and only time doing this. I won't do it again. I'm just going to reference this video. Don't let people play games with you just because a person may be mild-tempered, kind, because they love God. Not the one. And this is for any of you who have never spoken up for yourself. If you don't like confrontation, like I'm a person, I don't like confrontation. But when I see that someone is being so disrespectful, that they're going to come into my chat, stay in the bushes, write down on a pen and paper, word for word, verbatim, what I have said, go back, make a video, and then everybody is saying like it's your ideas and your thoughts. Copyright strike is coming for you. I mean that. And if I have to say it again, I will call your name out. A closed mouth doesn't get taken advantage of. So I say this for everybody who does not like confrontation. Okay? You have to open up your mouth. You have to speak up even when you're uncomfortable, even when you don't like things, even whatever. Think about it, write it down so that you can say exactly what you want to say at that time. But you got to speak up and speak out. You must. A closed mouth gets taken advantage of. If you constantly allow people to do things to you, to disrespect you, to treat you any kind of way, then they'll think it's okay. They'll think that you're stupid. They think that you're gullible, and you don't know anything. No, we don't do that. We're motivated, and I say to all of you, speak up. Speak up for yourself. Okay? Speak up for yourself. I feel like that's a very important thing. And I say that because I mean it. It's time to speak up and say what I needed to say. So the link is here in the chat for Boss Life Online or Miss Nexie. If they have something to say, or shout out to all my content creators. I don't usually show this side of myself. I'm not a person that likes confrontation. I'm not a person that likes to say things, but it's certain things that you can't allow. It's certain things that I have to show later on the younger people in my family. So I remember when cousin, when auntie, when so and so said, when this was happening, and she stood up for our family. She stood up for what her father said. Mhm. I see Gio in the background. Let's welcome her up.
Oops.
Hey, Gio. Let me invite up Nexie as well. Hey, guys.
Hey.
Hello, Marlene.
Hi.
You
I'm
know,
gonna I'm gonna go on mute.
I just wanted to say that I've seen that a lot happening, not just right now. I've seen it happening from way, way back, and it's disheartening for content creators to have their, either sayings or their titles or their lives, parts of them taken as as if the other content creator is the one saying all these things, and maybe I'm not a content creator, so maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, but I know it takes a lot of work for uh, you guys to come out with all this. It's not something that just you just make out of thin air. It's something that you work on day by day. And as I said this before to you, Marlene, and others, this is your brand. You have to protect your brand, and the only way you're going to do it is by speaking up. And I don't mean with any disrespect to anyone in the chat or that is watching this probably later. It's just that the fact that this is your channel, this is the brand you're building, creating, and you have to protect it regardless of whether you like confrontation or not. It's the fact that you have to protect what you do because it comes out of you. This what you do, and Gio and others, is coming out of your experiences. It's not coming out of somebody else's. So it is unfair sometimes that people take your ideas and change a couple of words and then make it their own. It's
Yeah.
frustrating and it's disheartening, and that's pretty much what I wanted to say. I congratulate you. It's about time you say something.
I
You
know,
know
Nexie.
we don't have to be disrespectful to put people in their place. Sometimes, like I've said before, we have so many beautiful words without using profanity or anything else that we can put people in their place, in their rightful place. You know what I
Well,
mean? So go ahead, Gio. Go ahead.
all I'm gonna say is well. Now, This is right up my alley
Uh-oh.
because I saw this when I first came to YouTube. And I knew that I was going to be doing things for my channel. You know, most of you guys know I love to write lyrics about my life, you know, and about how God changed my life. And I don't blame you, Marlene, for saying what you said today. I probably would have been worse at it. You know, I probably would have. You handle yourself really well. Let me just say that. Okay. But for me, that's why I copyright all my stuff. No, not everything, like all my songs, everything that I do, you know. And when I do that, I just tell people this is not to be played on any other channel other than Boss Life Online or anything that I do. Okay. And then I have told people on a lot of my lives that I don't ask YouTube to take it down. I
Mhm.
don't ask you to, oh, well, let me uh, email them and see, you know, if they'll take it down.
Mhm.
I just ask for the strike
Yeah.
because I'm going to tell you why I'm like that. It's because it's my story. It's
My
my
story.
life.
Mhm.
I'm the one sitting in that chair for 5 years and cried, and then come up with this creative stuff. And here I am hearing it on your channel, and you are talking. You walked my journey. You did not walk my journey. You took my journey because you know my journey is successful. And you think it's going to work on your channel.
Mhm.
You know, I just can't understand that because I'm not going to go and take somebody else's story, their songs, and all of that and put it on my channel. I have a conscience. I'm trying to make it to heaven. Okay? I got a conscience. So when you do that, stuff like that, it really do hurt people. You know, it hurt them to the core of their souls. I don't understand how people just do that to people. So I am so happy that you finally said something, Marlene, because it needed to be said. So I am proud of you for saying it. So
Yeah.
back to you, Marlene.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Thanks everybody for their support. And I've been seeing things. You know how long you guys know I've been on this platform since 2007, not as a content creator, but around 2012 or 13 is when I started, just uploading videos. But now I know what I'm doing. Now I know my brand. I know what I'm about. I know what I put on here. And the things that I say is my personal story, or maybe not my story, but the stories of my ancestors, my grandparents, my grandparents, my parents, my siblings. I don't say names because I would never disrespect people by saying their names,
And
but
Marlene, those people are a part of your story.
yeah.
Okay, so don't dumb it down now. Those people are a part of you, and that is your story. And people should not be taking your stuff. You know, I am very, very passionate about that. I don't like it. I know people are going to copy, 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 copy. Well, that's you. You know, get creative and stop taking people's stuff. You know, but I didn't mean to interrupt you like that, Marlene, but I just wanted you to know that they are a part of you, and that's a part of your story.
Yes, you're right, Gio. It's just I still have that issue, as a woman. That's just still a part of me. I don't like confrontation. I don't like doing certain things, but when I was like the audacity of somebody to take something that my father, God rest his soul, used to say to me and my other siblings, and then I hear it in somebody else's video. You all can't understand how much that hurts me.
Hmm. Of
I do.
course.
I
Of
understand.
course we can, especially when we know that that was part of our upbringing of how they probably suited us, like our dads trying to calm us down and will say certain things to make us feel better. So we all understand, Marlene. But
Yeah.
again, a lot of people, it's good when you allow them to get comfortable with what they're doing, because when you say something, it's gonna hit better. They're gonna understand that you're not messing, you're not playing around. That this is something that you're gonna take action upon. Because a lot of people get comfortable, but the thing here, and it's what I see on a lot of people who take somebody else's um, thoughts or experiences, is that it doesn't work on you because that's not what you do. It's not who you are, and you haven't lived that life. So trying to make it your own is not going to come out the right way. You're
No.
not going to be providing the right message to your audience, and therefore you're cheating them of who you really truly are. I can try to take whatever Marlene says, but it's not going to work for me because I haven't lived her life. And if Marlene will try to take mine, it's not going to work for her either, because she hasn't been in my shoes. Or so we'll take Gio's and try to make her own. So the only way you can be truthful to the people that follow you, and you owe them that much. You owe them that much, to be genuine and truthful, because they're following you. So by using somebody else's content or parts of their contents, um, it's cheating them from actually getting to know you. You're giving them somebody else's ideas. They're not even your own. So who are they really following, you or the person that you took it from? And I've seen that done to so many people, that are working super hard to create content. And the point here is that no matter how much they take, it's not going to work, because people are not, they're not dumb. They see right through it. They're like, wait a minute, I heard that somewhere else. And so they start seeing the cracks on that, particular person. So it is unfair for people, to do these things, but at the same time, in all fairness, it doesn't work.
Yeah, I know, Nexi. I don't know. I don't even have the words to say. I'm flabbergasted.
Hmm.
Like,
Hmm.
you know how, like you feel like somebody has hit you in the stomach, and like the wind has been knocked out of you. Like, how dare you? How dare you?
Yeah, it's like when you do something at work, or you have this project among a team of people, and then just one person takes the credit, right? And you worked so hard for it, and then they silence you because somebody else gets the prize or gets the praises. And but eventually you have noticed that even then they start seeing, even though sometimes it's a little too late, they start seeing that, hey, this person might have not done the whole thing by themselves. They start seeing those traits in you and not the person that claimed it. And that's what I'm trying to say, that regardless of what they do, um, you know you can try to steal somebody else's. And I've seen it done, Marlene, when people are talking about certain something, say, I heard this in this person's live, and I thought it was something very interesting, that I would like to talk about it from my point of view. That on itself is giving credit to the content creator. So I feel
Yeah,
that that is not bad. That is the right thing to do, because you're telling them, I heard it here, and I'm going to link it down there so you guys can go see it. You know what I mean? But they
Mhm.
don't. They
yeah, they don't.
take it, and they try to pass it as an original idea, which is what bothers you right now.
That's what, like, I was living. I can't tell you guys. I took my phone and I threw it against the wall. It's in pieces. So I got to get a
I,
new phone
I'm
now.
not gonna buy you a new one. Sorry. Yeah, I can't. I cannot afford you anymore. You break too many phones.
It's the first time in a long time, guys, that I lost my cool.
Ooh, no, no, no.
Yeah.
Let's get
But
the
YouTube
composure back. Don't allow
people,
them to.
right? You know, and
Sorry.
you know, it really hurts a lot too when people have been on your platform, have spoken on your platform. Uh, Maybe you have had some kind of budding friendship with them. You've spoken to them on the phone, and then a couple of weeks later, you hear your content on their channel.
Hmm.
That is hurting. That I don't even have the word. That's all I know. My God, I wouldn't even listen to Marlene when she talking about no response, no baby. Not Geo. Geo gonna say something. You know, and call the name
Jump
because
right in.
I don't like that. Because I'm never going to do that to nobody.
Hmm.
Mhm.
I don't need to. You know why, Marlene? Because I believe in creativity. I believe in okay, I can't think of nothing today. Let me go tomorrow. I'm gonna just go to bed and ask God to download something in my mind. And it never fails. The next day I get up, I didn't have rest and everything. Then it's real clear what I need to do. You know, that
Mhm.
is how I keep being creative, and I'm always looking and seeing what I need to do. Okay, I open up my door. There's a whole wide world out there. I go for a walk. Clear your head. You know, you don't gotta. You just gotta be creative, and the more creative you are, the more creative you are. You
Yeah.
know, so.
Yeah.
Uh, but then too, a lot of people don't have a conscience.
No, and also on top of that, not just a conscience, Gio, but I don't really get into that much over here. But a lot of people don't have a relationship with God, and I'll even go even further than that. Some people don't even believe He exists, and that's
Right,
everybody's what you call it, personal choice.
right.
Well, what a person is not going to do is come over here, take my personal sayings, make my own family's legacy, things that my family used to say, right?
Right.
Go back on your channel, put it up as your own original content, and other people will be thinking, what a great idea. And that's what was happening. What a great idea. What a great idea. That's so awesome.
And they didn't even think of it.
They didn't even think of it. They didn't say, "Oh, this wasn't my idea. I got this from Boss Life Online. I got this from whoever it was."
Yeah, see, if you're going to use somebody's stuff, at least give them credit. People don't want to give people credit because they want all the credit. They want to hog it all, and you didn't even think of it.
Yep.
You know, if I'm going to use something or somebody's, trust me, I'm going to say, before I say this, it's Marlene Motivate. She always say this, or my friend Beverly Black, or my friend Nexie, or my somebody, you going to know it wasn't my idea. I'm just saying it because it relates to the topic I'm talking about. But most people will not do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
They,
And
they want everybody to think that they are so creative.
Yeah, but you see, as I said before, they do this. They try to turn around and make content. Make try to make their channel a motivational type of channel. But the thing is, you can't do that. It's like me trying to do what Marlene is doing. I can't do that. Because it's not something that I like doing, or I'm so invested in doing. It's something I want to do. That will be going against me. I can try to take it, I can try to copy her, but it won't come out the same way because it's
No.
not what I'm here for.
mhm.
If one day I become a content creator, it will be a totally different thing. the even if somebody else tries to copy or replicate, they can't, because they're not living the life that I'm living, and which is the same thing right now. They can try, they can put down different things, they can switch the words around and think that you're not smart enough to see that they have taken your content, but it's not going to
Mhm.
come out the same way because they don't have it in them to do it.
Mhm.
And sometimes they don't understand this, but many times we, as content followers, when we start seeing those shifts, we're like, wait a minute, what is going on? This is not why I came here. This is not what this channel was all about. So what's happening now? Right? So we start
Mhm.
leaving because we're like, this is not what I signed up for with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not what you've been doing before. It's like they completely switch up. Like, when did you start talking about this? When did
Yeah.
you learn that? And even Geo, we've seen it too. Using other people's story on their
Mm,
platform
mm-hmm.
as
Yeah.
their own.
Well, I'll tell you right now, if you walked in my shoes, trust me, you wouldn't make it. Okay? Because my journey was one of the hardest I ever had to face when I decided to face it. Okay? My
Mm-hmm.
journey darn near took me out. So how you gonna act like you me on your channel and take part of my story? You didn't even walk it. That's why I would be mad and give you a strike off the top. Because
Mm-hmm.
you did not walk in my shoes. You didn't feel the hurt. You didn't grieve your mother like I had to grieve her
Yes.
under the circumstances I had to grieve. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
No, ma'am. I'm not going to be nice. I'm
Yeah.
going to do what Marlene is doing today. I'm going to speak up and say, you were wrong. And this is what you get when you wrong. See, you need to look inside yourself. It ain't me that's hurting you right now. You hurt yourself
Mhm.
by
Mm-hmm.
doing wrong. People love to do wrong and then want to put the blame on the person that's calling them out.
Yeah, the person that they have wronged.
They want to say it's your fault. Well, G
Yeah.
don't care. I don't care what you think. Because see, I got mine. See, I made it. And I'm not gonna hurt nobody like you hurt me or Marlene.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
You see, I'm not Marlene. I'm worse.
You're not worse. Stop that.
I mean, if I reach back and get that old Geo,
Mhm.
huh, I'm ready to play. But
Yeah,
I'm
but
just I'm just saying that you don't know where people are in their journey.
mm-hmm.
And you push that wrong button, you don't know who might come out.
Which Geo we gonna see?
That's why I'm gonna just be very honest with you. I have a few friends up on here. I have a team I deal with. I stay within my team because I learned early on people on here don't give a damn about me. A lot of people don't care. All they want to do is just see what you're talking about, put it on their channel, change a couple of words, and that's it. I don't even go live like I used to. Okay? I stay in my lane and I stay with my team. I'm done. Because
Mm-hmm.
that way I can always be Geo, the one you guys know now. Because there is a other side, you know, but I don't let that side come out because it is not nice. And I know
Mm-hmm.
that. And I have to work really hard. I work really hard to be the Geo I am today. But please do not take stuff that don't belong to you and act like it's you come up with it, it's your idea. Just say, I got the idea from such and such a person.
Exactly. That's what I've been saying. I've seen it done in other channels, when and I follow, Marlene knows, I have this very close friend that has a lot of followers. We're very close here on YouTube. I've been following her for a while now. And the first thing she says when something that she has heard somewhere else is give credit to that person, and then says, I'm gonna link, I'm gonna put her link down on the, on the information down so you guys can go check it out, but this is where I got it, and this is what gave me the idea of doing this today.
Hmm.
And that on itself is class, Marlene.
Yes.
That on itself is being classy. And I've seen a lot of people take and do things like that, and you're like, what happened to you? Like, where's your class?
Hmm.
Where's your discernment? Where's your, I live a certain type of life, I believe in certain things, but you're not following, you're stealing from others. These are Marlene's ideas. These are Marlene's ideals. These are Marlene's journeys. These are Marlene's, steps that she has taken to become the person that she is today, which is, this amazing motivator. How dare you take away from her, journey? It's
But
it's
they're not
unfair.
going to do that. They're not going to do it because they want people to think that they've been through something so bad and this is how they got through it, and they haven't been through nothing. They don't, child, they could, oh, let me just be quiet because see, I'm finna go there.
So,
Don't,
Gio,
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 don't.
you're allowed to go there. I'm
No,
not going to go there, but you
no,
can.
no, Gio, don't do it, Gio.
So
Gio.
I'm not gonna do. I'm
Okay.
just saying that
Okay, good,
they,
good, Gio.
I don't, because see, I worked with a lot of people way before I came to YouTube that
Mm-hmm.
had to choose whether they want to live or they want to die. And
Yes.
the people that chose to live, you know, they lived, they walked that journey. And for somebody and you coming on YouTube because you want to help people and express to them, I went through 1, 2, 3, 4, ABC. I made it, and you can too. And then you got another person way over on another channel telling the same thing, ain't been through nothing, didn't even cry one time, but do you not understand how hurtful that is, folks, to the person that's been through it? That's very hurtful when you take somebody's story and try to make
Mm-hmm.
it your own. And it is, to me, I don't know if people understand. I know Marlene and Nexie do, but other people in the chat, they may say, well, it's not that serious. But to us, but to Gio, it's serious
Serious.
Mm-hmm.
because it's my walk.
Exactly. Exactly, Gio. It's our walk, it's our journey, is our pain, it's our story. And it is unfair that if you take it, from us, it's like victimizing us all over
Over
again.
again.
I'm
Mhm.
sorry to say it this way, but that's how I feel, in real life and here. It is unfair that you're trying to make my pain yours.
Yes,
My hurt, my trauma, yours, or
yes,
trying to advertise it as yours
right.
when it's not. And we try to help people. And this is what Marlene and Gio and I, even though I'm not a content creator, but we're going up on panels, we try to empower others and help others tell our story of survival, right? So when
Hmm.
they go to their panel and they do that, they might be someone there that is going through this, but because it's not their story, they don't know how to convey it to make a difference in another
Mhm.
person's life. That's the whole point, Gio, is when I don't like that people, and Marlene, I'm sorry, take somebody else's story because you're not going to convey the right message. You're not going to deliver it the right way as those that have gone through it and are here today by the grace of God.
Yes. I
You
could
know what I mean?
I couldn't have said it any better, Nexie. I could not have said that any better. That I felt I didn't even know how to say that, but when you said it, I think that's the reason for the anger and everything that I'm feeling right now is because I feel like I started reliving my trauma all over again, like somebody trying to take away from me speaking up and saying, like, wait a minute. I was like, wait a minute. I lay down on that couch. I am the ones that put on my shoes, took my purse, and had the courage to walk into that therapist's office and say, I need help.
Mm-hmm.
You know how much courage I stood outside that door for a long time, like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm talking to myself. I don't know. Like, I don't know. And I stood out there for like 10 minutes. I don't know.
People
And
are
I
probably
just,
looking at you. Please go in. You need it.
yeah.
Please go in.
Yeah. And then when I felt like as soon as I opened the door, like it was just like I breathed for the first time in a long time.
Yeah.
That's why this is painful. Sorry, Gio, go on.
No, I was just gonna say I understand because there was a lot of times when I left my therapist's office, I was in my car and I was like, "Child, I ain't going back there. She must be out of her mind. No, I don't even know if she know what she talking about, you know." And then I get home and I really think about it, and I say, "Okay, God, you're gonna have to go first." I said, "That lady do know what she's talking about because I'm over here angry." And when you're angry, you need to
Mhm.
look underneath that anger. Most of the time, you're going to find hurt and fear. It's one of the two, sometimes shame.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mhm.
So
And
go ahead, next.
oh no, Gio, I was just gonna chime in here and say, and Gio, you said she doesn't know what she's talking about. I was going the opposite way because my therapist was male. Oh, he doesn't know a woman. He doesn't know what he's talking about because he's a man. He doesn't know.
Right. And it takes courage to, like she said, to get dressed, go back and do this thing all over
Over
again.
and
And
over.
then when you hear someone else has taken at least 4 or 5 lines of yours or even a whole word for word, I've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you
Mhm.
sitting there going, well,
Just like, what?
what? You know, but this is what I also want to tell people too, that in your back office under copyright, if someone has taken your video, it has to be like a video, some of your video, and they did a snippet of it, whether it's 10%, 1%, 5%, it will show up in your back office. You have 3 choices back there. You just pick one that you want. And the one that I'm going to pick is yes, give them a copyright because they shouldn't have done it.
Mhm.
Because if you see, even YouTube is trying to help us protect ourselves,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and protect our content. And you can do whatever you want. But I want people to know that most of the time that I'm putting up content, especially when I'm doing a motivational thing and I'm talking about my life and my journey that I've been through, and here you is going to take about 5 minutes of it, and then even ask me and put it on your channel, it will show up in the back office. And
Mhm.
I will put strike.
Yeah.
So y'all looking on the copyright, make sure you're looking at that all the time because you don't know who using your stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
YouTube wants us to know who's using our stuff. So make sure you're looking at that in the back office, in the YouTube studio.
Right. You're right, Gio. You're right. And the thing about that's very good and that's very important, but also you have to pay attention. And I'm a definitely a bush baby. I stay in people's bushes. I be in the background just because I want to confirm. And I don't get into scripture much, but the scriptures tells us to affirm and reaffirm if a person is supposed to be in our life. So I check in from time to time, like, yeah, we're still good. And other times I'm like, nope, gotta go. Gotta go.
Yeah.
Block.
Yeah. Yeah.
Blocking time.
So,
Well,
yeah.
I also sometimes, my sister, I was talking to her about the same thing, copycats, okay? And
Mhm.
she said, well, G, maybe people don't think about it the way you think about it. Maybe they think about it like it's okay because that's what everybody do on YouTube. And they ain't
Mhm.
lying. She
Yeah.
not lying. Everybody copy off of everybody because they think that it's going to work on their channel.
But I think only people, I'm sorry to interrupt it, Marlene, if you were going on, but I feel that
Mhm.
it's only people that do not have original ideas. Those are the ones that continually copy from others. I'm sorry if I'm
Mhm.
stepping on any toes. I don't mean to. But that's what I've noticed is that a lot of people who I see certain content on, I'm like, wait a minute, I just saw that. And that's how you start putting, two and two
Sure.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but it's a lot of people that don't have original ideas, that don't have anything to anything of substance to
Well,
bring
I
up
just,
to their audience. That's why they got to stick with what they like, what they know. Because if
well,
you try to go the other way and try to do what somebody else has been successful on, because you don't need to have a huge amount of followers,
Mhm.
to be successful in what you do. You just have to notice how many people are trying to copy you so that you can see how successful you're becoming.
Yeah.
that
I'm
is
sorry, did
true.
I?
Even though I hear that a lot, that when people copy you, I guess they say you're supposed to feel good. Well, I don't. You
Mhm.
know, I
No,
I
no, no,
feel
no. Not good, Gio, not good. I'm just saying, the way I look at it is like that, is that, if they're trying to copy, it's because they see that you are very good at it. I'm not, I
right.
really
Yeah,
don't like
I understand
copycats.
where you coming from, Nexie.
Okay.
But I'm
Mhm.
just saying, for me, that a lot of people say I should be. Oh, they copy me. Hoo.
Mm-mm.
I don't feel like I don't feel. I'm just being honest. I don't feel that. I
Mm-hmm.
feel kind of on the angry side, because
Betrayed.
I worked hard, and especially if it gets over a good 300 or 400. You know what I'm saying? And that is how come I like, when I have Geo's vlogs, my blog channel. I really like working on that channel because you can't copy that because it's my family.
Mhm.
It's what I do. It's just the other stuff that
Yeah.
people want to copy. Now, what people don't know, and they should know, is that you okay, I can only speak for myself, but I have quite a bit of friends here on YouTube. Okay. And anybody that say anything or do anything or is doing this or doing that, guess who comes back and tell Geo? I know. But it's not a big thing, because if it's not something that's gonna just like hurt me, I don't say a word about it. But I'm grateful for them friends, because then now I know who got my back and who don't.
Mhm.
Now I know who will do something and who won't. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't really, it's a lot of things that I know, but some of it is not worth talking about or doing anything about. But when you do something that take my content, I get really, really, really passionate about
Mm-hmm.
it. And
Yeah.
it takes me some time to stop being mad about it, because I worked hard on it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly, and that's what I've been saying, Gio and Marine. It's like I'm not a content creator, first of all, because I don't have the time right now, and I know that it takes a lot of time for you guys to get organized with your ideas and come up with the best topic for, for your followers, and you got to dig deep inside of you
Mhm.
To make yourself okay talking about something that is being hurtful to you. So when
Yep.
somebody else just takes it, it's like, are you kidding me? Do you have any idea what I went through talking about this today? And I
Mhm.
see it on you, tomorrow or whatever. It's
Mhm.
very disheartening, and it's very painful because, like I said, it takes a lot of time to get going with your content, regardless of what it is. You have to
Yeah.
research deep inside of you. You have to research other examples. You have to do a lot of things. So it is
Mhm.
unfair for people just to come up and say, "Oh, let me see who is so. Oh, you know what? I should talk about that today. Oh, I don't feel like doing anything. I'm just gonna talk about it." You can't, because it doesn't come out, real. It
Yeah.
doesn't come out from your soul, from your heart. It's just something you're saying to others, but it's not felt the right way because it's not something that you normally do, which is why I'm like, I give a lot of credit to you guys. I do. And I've said this before as well, Marlene and Gio, I only follow good, great content creators, and content creators I believe in, not just anybody, just because you tell me to do so.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I don't care if I step on your toes.
And you shouldn't, Nexie. It's like one of the things that I always talk about over here is learning to be honest with yourself. And I thought about just coming on today and just doing a live, like, hey everybody, like I'm all happy and all this stuff, like nothing's bothering me. But one of the things that I learned in therapy is that you could fool other people, but you can't fool yourself. And I
Mm-hmm.
want to be the type of woman that at all times, I want to show you guys that Marlene gets upset, I get angry, but also to, when you have those times, to not stuff it down, because that's unhealthy.
Mm-hmm.
It's very unhealthy. I used to do all the time, anything that's bothering me, you just keep pushing it down. But guess what? One day, all of it will come up,
Yep.
and
That's
you're going
why
to
I do
explode.
not mess with people, because you don't know where they are in their journey. They may be at that last little nerve and you get on it and get beat up. So I stay in my lane.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Marlene, Gio, you've had this, you've been on YouTube as long as I have been, because I've been on YouTube like since 2007 as well. You
Mm-hmm.
have seen so many channels, be shifty. They start with one thing, they do another, they do another. They're no longer here because they don't know what they want. They don't know. They're
Yep.
always trying to get somebody else's ideas or ideals and try to turn it into their own. And things like that do not work out. And people that are shifty like that, they make me nervous. They
Yeah.
make me think like, you don't know what you're doing. Okay, I got to go. So a lot
Mhm.
of the channels, you remember, Marlene, there was a lot of junk here. Now it's getting cleaned up. And as Gio previously said, now even YouTube is trying to protect you guys' content.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And we have to be grateful for that. I know a lot of people criticize YouTube because of the rules and regulations, but what they're doing is cleaning up YouTube,
Right.
Yep.
just getting good content creators on board so that people can see, and learn things, but the right way, not just, fights and beefing channels and all this crazy other things. You have to make sure they're making sure actually that you guys have a safe place to,
Mhm.
put out your ideas and the rules and regulations so that people, and eventually all this stealing around is going to stop. You'll see.
It won't last long, no matter what
Mm-mm.
people try to do, everybody, to those who are content creators and even those who are supporters. And this applies in real life too, with your business, with family, with other people. There's always going to be people who try to downgrade you, like, oh, yeah, they're doing okay or whatever. But behind your back, they're plotting and scheming how they can do just what you do, because they know it's not just an okay idea, it's fabulous. Whatever you're doing is
Mm-hmm.
excellent. So you have to. be very cognizant. You got to be aware of the people who are those snakes in the grass.
Mm-hmm.
You got to pay attention. You got to know who your enemies are. You got to find out who are the people you can't trust, but also you have to pay attention to the people that you can, the people who are loyal to you. And like Gio said, the people who come back and say, "Did you see this? And did you see that?" Yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
that's not right. Like that's what you say. And I was like, "But you were just talking about it. Why are they talking about it?" Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's very well. When I start raising my eyebrow, I'll only raise it for so long. After a little while, I'll just cut it.
That's it.
Yep.
And it makes sense. There's only so much someone can take. And, like a lot of people feel that even if you take a portion and then add your own, story or whatever, that is not going to flag on your mind that, hey, that's my content. That's what I was just saying. It's like you think that this person is just in her lane, not watching you. No, everybody's watching you.
And everybody's coming back to whoever you took it from and telling that person too.
Yes,
I
we
mean, if
are.
y'all think that y'all, oh, I'm gonna get this, nobody gonna know. Baby, this is YouTube. This is informational site. This is what people do. They go, they look, oh, that's Geo stuff. They come back and they tell me. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's Marlene stuff. They go back and they tell them. Don't think that you just getting away with it. Sometimes, like I say, it's not worth it, but sometimes you have to stand up for yourself. Because if you don't, people will run smack over you like a Mack truck and act like and you better not say nothing because it's all your fault. They put it right back on you. But see, I done been to therapy, y'all. Let me just tell y'all right now. I know how to say, oh, don't be trying to put that on me because it's all about you. I don't need your mess. Okay, I know how to give it right back. You see,
Mm-hmm.
so most people want to play the victim when they're not the victim. They're the one that stole it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. It's exactly what we're saying is that, you know, um, um, creating content it's time consuming, right?
Yes,
A
it
lot of
is.
people are here just for the money. They're just here to get that check, so they don't care where they get that content from.
Oh, now, yes, that's true,
I'm
Nixie.
sorry,
Woo!
did I step on any toes?
That
Because
was
if I
fire,
didn't,
Nexie. Can you say that again?
nope, I'm not gonna get in trouble. Although it's already there, right? No, and so they just care about that, the money, the value of that. The point that
Mhm.
I'm trying to make is that it's more valuable to change somebody's life than it is to get a little paycheck that you haven't earned because you're stealing somebody else's content. You cannot have Marlene's life and journey. You cannot have Gio's life and journey. And you can definitely, not be able to recreate that because it's their journey and their life.
Mhm.
You know
Well,
what I mean?
I that's true. That's why most of them do it because they in it for the money. I'm not, I like money. Everybody knows it. I don't make it no secret. All right. But
Well,
if it came down to helping someone, be a better person just by telling my story, I'm
Mm-hmm.
for that.
Exactly.
I use my platform to actually help people, you know, and if God blesses me with a financial blessing, that's good too.
mhm.
Mm-hmm.
But when I came to YouTube, I came to tell my story, and also tell it through owning a business. Okay, and because that happened to me, Once I got myself together, God started throwing blessings everywhere for me.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is what I come to say. Like I say, when you do the right thing and you promise God you're going to tell your story because God opened up doors for you, He will put them blessings on you. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and they always come from different directions. So, yes, I like money. And yes, I like telling my story too. So I use this platform
Mhm.
mainly to just really tell my story. And if God chooses to do something else, then that's what he do.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm so glad you said that, Gio, because a lot of times people don't understand what happens in the mind of a content creator if they don't make content. But it's a lot of processes I go through. I go back, I look through my books on therapy. I even share little tiny bits of snippets of my upcoming book. I don't say too much, but give just a little bit. So when somebody has the audacity, the nerve to go and take my story, my family's journey, my family's legacy, and then go and say the words that my deceased father used to say, put it on their platform, and then have everybody in the chat saying what my father used to say and using it as your own. Oh, I can't explain it. I feel like I lost my father all over again.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's exactly what we're saying. It's not just that, they steal the content, right? Go ahead. But when they steal something precious to you, as the words of your father or the sayings of your father, or your mother or whoever it is in your family that is no longer here with you, that hurts even more because they're no longer here, and there's something that you value so much. So it's it takes a lot of work and a lot of pain sometimes to go through this process, which is why I keep on saying it's so unfair when people steal it, because of all the pain and sorrow and sometimes anxiety that you get every time you come up, because you got to dig, like I said before, you got to dig in deep and get all those feelings out. It's like a therapy type of thing. So it is unfair for people to do that, and it's good that you're speaking up. It's good that you're bringing this out to the light, and now people know that if they do this again, they're gonna be striked.
Yeah. Everything that I say over here on my channel is a part of my family's legacy, is a part of my real life, my tears, my elevation, my personal growth. So nobody has the right to go over on their platform and say what I say. I cried those tears. I allowed myself to be vulnerable. I opened myself up and exposed myself to God. The pain that there's people who would never have the gall, the right, the strength to open and lay bare everything and to say, this is my story. This is my life. Now, how do I cope with this? They just will just come, oh, I don't want to talk about it. That makes me uncomfortable, and
Hmm.
just leave it there. No, I had the strength and the courage to say, this is my story. This is what happened to me, but I'm not going to let what happened to me break me. I'm going to show somebody out there that I have been there. I've been through the pain, the fire, all of it. And I've walked through, but not on my own. I had a
Hmm.
great therapist, I had great mentors. And right now, I have great friends that support me and say, you need to speak up when it's time to speak up.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Exactly, Marlene.
And
They
you
don't
just
know
did
how
that.
deep it goes.
Yeah.
And I will always be here to support you.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Gia.
and it's hard because you know they don't know how many times we turn back from that door, right, Marlene?
Mhm.
I don't feel like it today. Nope. You get there. Nope. No, I'm not going in. I can't. Not today. Not today. Not today. And
Yeah.
then you go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth until you have the courage to say, you know what? Okay, let's take a little more and see if it works.
Mhm.
because I know he's wrong. Um, it
Yeah.
takes a lot of pain. It takes a lot from you, to be in front of somebody else that you feel, because it's not true. They're not judging you, but you feel like that.
Feel
You
judged.
feel like they're gonna yeah, you feel judged, and you feel like they're gonna judge you because of what you're gonna tell them, or what you've been through, or who you are now. So you have to, all those feelings are real for us. These are not things that we
Mhm.
have just made up or got from thin air. No, these are our feelings. Everything that we lay out bare here now are things that we have already processed, but we're the ones that have gone through the pain, not anybody else. If
Yeah.
you talk about your story, then yeah, I can say, yeah, you're part of this, we have gone through. But if you haven't, and you're just taking somebody else's pain, and somebody else's vulnerabilities, and somebody else's ideas, it's unfair. It's
Yeah.
unfair, and it's painful, and it's like it sends you back a couple of steps,
Yeah.
right, through that point of where, oh my god, here we go again. But speaking about it like we're doing right now, and processing it, that helps you. It's like I said before, it's like a session, like a therapy
Yeah.
session without
This is
paying the price.
this is a therapy session for real because I feel like I came in like fire, like I was fired up ready to fight somebody, and then now it's like
Oh my
I feel my
lord.
blood pressure going down. I was like, okay, remember why you're here. It's like I just because, let me just say it this way, just because you go to therapy doesn't mean that you don't have a past.
Mhm.
That's what I was trying to say.
It doesn't mean that I don't know how to get with you. Don't take, I always say, don't take my sweetness, my soft voice, my kindness for weakness.
Yeah.
I can get with you, trust and believe. Okay. But I choose not to because I believe in myself and I love myself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know
and
that I
and
deserve better, and I know that my ancestors, they died for me to live.
Yes.
I know that. And nobody's
mhm.
gonna take that away from me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you're doing it, again, a lot of people go down to a very low level when they're trying to, confront somebody else on whatever it is that they're doing. You're doing it, with poise, with class. You're doing it in a respectful way. You're letting them know, don't mess with me, and that's what I keep on telling
Mhm.
people. You don't have to use profanity. You don't have to go there. You don't. You
No.
make a better point by staying, in your calm way, and saying words that are gonna resonate with that person, or with those people that are trying to do this to you, or that are doing this to you, and will discourage those that are trying to in the future, because now they know, and you're doing it with class. And that is important, because a lot of people don't understand this, and I've said this to you before, Marlene, is that this is your brand. How you behave on your channel, it's how others will perceive you, right? So, if you want respect from people and everything like that, you have to do the same. You have to respect yourself and speak the same way,
Mhm. I
right? If you
one of the things that I had to say before I came up here, I talked to myself and I talked to God and I said, let me always be a representation of where you have taken me from.
hmm
I
Amen.
have to remind myself of that because when I get upset, I have to remember, don't go backwards. Remember where you came from. Who are you today? Don't let people take you backwards.
Yeah, and and even though we're on here today, I'm glad I came and talked about how I felt.
Mhm.
Because she not the only one that people then took stuff from. You know what I'm saying? From myself, from a lot of my friends on here. and everybody. And like I said, I hear about it, and I'm just glad I came and said everything I had to say. And just because I got it out of my system, I'm good, you
Yeah.
know.
Mhm.
But don't get it twisted, okay? I will strike.
I will strike.
I will give you a strike if you decide you want to do something. That's all I have to say. But I'm never going to go back. Like I said, don't let me go back to that old GO. I don't even want to go back there to that person. But I'm glad I got it out to remind me that I don't have
Mhm.
to. I can just do what's in the front of me and be
Right.
the person I am today. So I'm done. Thank you, Marlene.
You're welcome. Yeah, because I thought about coming on here, with my bonnet on. I was gonna be like, you know what, they
I would have striked you, Marlene, and I don't even have a.
Yeah, we we
I
we
could have
have
came on here.
yeah, we have to be reminded of why we sit in that chair and work so hard to let go of things. And people can take you there, you know?
Mhm.
And just because
Mhm.
we went to therapy, that don't mean that we can't go there,
Yeah,
and that it's just that that's why I have people in my life that I can call first.
yeah,
Mhm.
But sometimes I'll say this, and I mean it. Sometimes you do have to come on here and get it untwisted.
yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
Sometimes you
Yeah,
do. Some
yeah,
people don't understand. Sometimes what you're saying, they don't want to get the message right. But once you say, "I will strike you," that is more powerful than any profanity you can say. They
yeah,
will stop because again, you don't have to go down to their level, even though sometimes they bring you back, like I said, a couple of steps back. At least
yeah.
now you have the mind of saying, you know what, let me call Gio, or
Mhm.
let me call Nexie, or let me call somebody else that you were friends with, and then talk to that person and then get ideas on how you can come up. Because I tell people at a time, don't come on YouTube angry
Yeah,
where you don't, all you see is red, because you're gonna make a huge mistake.
yeah.
And it's you have worked so hard to get here,
I have.
Right.
and coming on YouTube, seeing red, it's not gonna be good for you, for your content, for your followers. It's better to come calm, upset, yes, because you are upset, but calm, calm and everything, collected, and you can, just give your message out, send it out, and say, hey, this is what's going to happen from now on. And hopefully people will get the message, you
And
know.
next, see, and if they don't, they'll just get striked.
Exactly,
That's
Marlene,
all.
exactly. But you did it, like I said, to the point, straightforward, no disrespect to anyone, but taking your content is a disrespect to you.
Yes, and my entire family. Yes. So yeah,
Exactly.
it has to be said. And I didn't do this live just for me. I felt like it was important because I know there's many of us, even whether you're a content creator or not, that go through things in our life where it's hard for us to speak up about things that hurt us, things we don't like, and it's uncomfortable, and we may feel weird. But if you don't address something that somebody does to you, it's going to continue on.
Mm-hmm.
People will use you as a doormat as long as you allow them to. And if you don't speak up and be the voice to say, no, you will not, I will not allow it, and if you do, this is what I will do. This is how you give people boundaries, and you don't have to do it in a nasty, you don't have
Mm-hmm.
to be ghetto, you don't have to be cussing. All you do is go, okay, this is what I'm going to do, and we're done.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's all I have to do. But I wanted to come on here and say that, um even if it's not YouTube, even if it's your relative, whoever is doing something that you don't like, maybe not respecting you, not respecting your boundaries, not listening to you, taking advantage of you. This can go to many different parts of your life, in the workplace, with relatives, with friends. There are certain times where we need to speak up and say, hey, you're treating me in a way that I don't like, and I don't
Right.
have to take it. See, maybe before, in the past, in the past, before you knew yourself, before you knew your light, before you knew your worth, before you were recognized and reintroduced to your faith, then you walked a different way. But now we know better. We know better. It's like, don't
Exactly.
play, don't play. We didn't come to play. No.
Yeah, we're grown-ups, we have to behave like one. We cannot allow people to step all over us because we don't want to upset somebody else that they're friends with, or anything like that. We have to be honest. We have to be clear on the message, regardless on who it hits, because they're taking something from you. So hopefully these people will get the message. But it's been one too many times, Marlene, where I go somewhere and I've seen your content, or sometimes certain parts of it, or I see some ideas from Geo and I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. What's going on here? And so bringing it up is not to excuse me, create problems. It is to let that somebody else is pretty much taking your ideas, and passing them as their own. It's not for you to go and become enemies with that person. It's just being a friend. And that's what I try to do with people that here. Like, if I see something, I'm like, wait a minute, I got to bring it up, especially if I see that they don't give any credit to that person. I don't like that.
Yes. Thank you so much, Nexty. Thank you so much, Gio. And, I appreciate everybody's support. I really do. I appreciate everybody's support for real. You know, at first when I, saw what was happening, and I was like, is this real? I was like, for real? Like, how could somebody be so disrespectful? But then I had to process it. And then, of course, I called my girl to the right, Miss Gio. I also text my girl down below, Miss Maxie, too. So I keep people like them in my circle, because Gio always gives me the go get him, Tiger. And then he's like, hold on, like, let's be. So I have a great balance of great friends that support me, and I'm grateful for them, not only on this app, but in real life, for being my friends.
Well,
You're
thank you
welcome,
so much,
Marlene.
Marlene. Like I say, I will always be there for you, always.
Thank
Always.
you. Thank you, guys. And shout out to the chat. And I just, my final words is, don't let people on this app, in real life, whoever, take advantage of you, whether it's your kids, whether it's your family, whether it's on the workplace, whoever. Nobody has the right to disrespect you, use you, manipulate you, or play games. It's your life, and you got to speak up for yourself. So I'm going to hear final words first from Miss Gio. I guess Gio is busy.
Well, no, I just stepped away for a second. What
Oh,
was
okay. That's okay. I was just saying, let's hear the final words from Miss Gio.
Oh, just don't let people run over you. You are somebody. You are a precious child of God. I'm done.
Thank you, Gio. Miss Nexie.
First and foremost, Marlene, I just want to give a shout out to our chat. We always have the greatest people on our
Yeah.
chats. They're amazing and they're always very supportive. And I just wanted to thank them very, very much for that, for supporting you. The second thing is, you guys work hard to create and bring us, amazing content, whatever it is that we like and we follow. So it is unfair for others to take your ideas and and everything else, but it's more unfair for you to do nothing about it. So speak up, whether it's here on YouTube or in real life. Don't allow people to take away from you. Not even a word if it's something that you normally say, because they're taking away from your story. So that's pretty much it. Stand up for what you believe in and stand up for your ideas, and don't allow people to walk all over you. And that's pretty much it, Marlene. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, Miss Nexie. Thank you so much, Miss Geo. Shout out to my amazing chat. Shout out to the channel members. I don't know. I just feel like I want to talk some more, so I may make up a short and do members only, so we can say some more things that I can't say in the public.
Let's do this. Let's
Okay.
do this.
See y'all members in a little bit. Shout out to the chat. You know what I always say over here? Just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life. See you guys tomorrow.
Bye,
Be
everybody.
encouraged, be inspired, be yourself, you will survive. Just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Forgive me, I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough now. What about you? I forgive me, I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough now. What about you? Ooh, hey, yeah.